Well, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. This is Constantine James, and you are?
Saint Wombo.
Generally speaking, how do you feel about this episode compared to the other two, and I guess just in general?
I like it a lot. As much as episode two, they're kind of tied right now for me. I'll see how I feel about it after a rewatch and maybe how we talk about it.
See, this is definitely my favorite episode. I have a handful of complaints, some of which I think are more an issue with the release schedule than the actual storytelling. But other than that, it's just like a few minor things, but I really did like the overwhelming majority of this episode, and I think a lot of the additional stuff did actually work in its favor. We will get to some stuff that I liked additional very, very soon. Starting off early with a compliment, I just absolutely adore how real these sets feel. Just watching Egg walk through the forest and the mist that was all there, that you can like tell it's actually there. Just phenomenal. So refreshing.
Yep, it's just nice to never have to worry about it. Everything looks real because almost everything is real.
Yep.
I think a horse doesn't want to be ordered about any more than a man does. So I can only
So that kind of threw me because I was like, what the fuck? Thunder can understand English and he's nodding his head. Uh, I
Um,
I think it's literally just a joke. It's happy. It's a happy coincidence that he pretends to like nod his head.
yeah, I think it's funny. I think the angle that Thunder can understand him, you could probably make some sort of like magical connection argument that like somehow they're connected through the energy of the world. I don't know. But I think it's more just a happy coincidence and just good stuff. I just really like this development for Egg. This is show canon. This is not in the novella, and it just adds another level to the character of him just waking up early, trying to take care of Thunder to prepare himself because he wants to be a good squire. And I really like how at first he says, my father says horses are stupid, but I have my own thoughts. Like already showcasing that he's going to be a very different kind of man from, no spoilers now, Makar, because Makar's his father. And just it sets good foreshadowing for the rest of his arc. I like this scene.
Yeah, I really like you said, showing him getting up and working hard. Because in the novella, like Dunk thinks very early on, like, oh, the lad is a good worker when he puts his mind to it. And at that point, Egg hasn't had a lot of chance to really show that. He's just like kind of helped saddle the horse and like caught a fish. But here, like he's actually like taking a lot of initiative, and it's really cool to see how invested he is already in becoming a good squire. And I like that we kind of set it up in the last episode with him
Hmm.
realizing like, oh shit, like I'm a tiny little boy and I gotta be running around like passing a lance to this giant of a knight. So yeah, I like him, taking the initiative.
Yep. I also just like that they say animals can like sense a person's essence or a person's temperament. I like that Thunder, who, as we know from the novellas, is a pretty aggressive horse, is very chill with Egg because he can sense that he's like a good quality individual.
Yeah, agreed. Especially because somebody else is gonna pop up and
Yep.
Thunder's not
Hmm.
gonna be as friendly to them. But
Yep.
yeah, so far, and I like that we can finally talk about Egg being Aegon. We don't have to
Yep.
worry about spoilers anymore. But yeah, there
Yep.
have been a lot of neat like little clues. Even the fact that, and I don't love it as a choice, especially with how much they did it. But Makar and Egg both kind of have like potty mouths, and like in
Yep.
hindsight, that was kind of like a hint. Like, why would Egg be talking this way? It's like, well, he's got a dad that talks that way, so it
Yeah.
totally makes sense that he would.
It
But
makes sense.
yeah,
Even though I don't like that aspect, it makes sense.
yeah, agreed.
has us. And if he loses, we won't even have that. I can get the weapon in his hand. Somehow. But then it's up to you.
And that's where when he did the second nod, I was like, is this just his imagination? And I think that is kind of the idea. Just you're supposed to wonder, and it makes this joke funnier.
Hmm.
I don't know exactly how you would just I don't know, train a horse to go on your command when you're a little boy that's like not familiar with it and you don't have like food. I don't really know. Um but I appreciate that they kind of show him like not immediately being able to do it, even if I
Hmm.
don't quite understand the progression from him yelling at Thunder and Thunder not getting it to him yelling at Thunder and Thunder getting it, if that makes
This
sense.
this also just very much gives me Brienne from A Feast for Crows vibes, where it's Egg doing like a miscellaneous task that may not seem important to the story, but it's really great character work. And I would argue that the character work is the heart of George's story. So I really like this scene for that reason.
Yeah. I love the shot of him just running through the frame, and the
Yeah,
lance is like twice his height. It's
yeah,
so funny and cute.
way too tall for him.
I, I love the terrible, clumsy little like
And
fight dancing he's
yeah,
doing. Uh, every little boy has done this at some point.
yep,
And it's cool because, like, I don't know, it just shows how pure Egg is, where, he's got a whole family of, like, royalty who are complete douchebags from what we'll see. But he's like a little kid who he likes the idea of being a squire for just a decent person. Like, to him,
yep.
that's exciting, which is kind of interesting because in the books, I don't feel like you get nearly as much of an indication as to what Egg wants out of life. You don't really, like, in this episode, we'll make it very clear that Egg, even at this point, wants to be Dunk's squire and like travel with him. Whereas in the
Hmm.
novellas, like he just kind of wants to be a squire for this tournament.
Yeah, they definitely expanded his character earlier on, just like faster overall, and I think it actually boosts the narrative.
Yeah, so far I'm liking it quite a bit.
Hmm.
I don't want to be as bold, like so bold as to say this version of Egg is better because I don't think we've seen enough yet to really say. But
Hmm.
I will say he's a contender. I like how much more we're getting to him.
Yeah, I actually I have a character later on in this episode that I think is better. And we'll get to that. But Egg
Oh,
is contending.
Tell the truth. We'll be fair.
Oh
It's not
God,
stealing if your
man.
meat pushes back.
When I just go a little forward, actually, I want to get a shot of that dude.
yeah.
Every single dagger that I've seen in this entire show, I've just been like zooming in on like, is it? Is it the dagger? Is it the dagger? But it's not.
That's hilarious. That's literally like the meme with Preston's videos, or it's Dagger Watch.
Dagger one.
uh, it's funny. I don't even want to say it because I just feel dumb now. But when this guy first showed up, I was like, "Oh, is this like Blood Raven in a Glamourite?"
Jesus.
I know, really stupid.
Bro's actually like Winds of Winter brain rotted.
But I
He's
was
in the final
serious.
stage.
I was just so like, who the fuck could this possibly be? And
Uh,
I kept trying to figure it out.
you know who he is, right? Like what role he plays later on in the
Yeah,
story?
yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, like, by the time he said his name, and I think because we get when he said his name, I remembered, like, you get a very small snippet about how he lost his eye in a joust.
Yep. Hmm.
Uh, but other than that, I didn't remember, like, the crazy guy with the eye patch.
And I do like this bit of characterization because it shows that he takes a liking to Egg, which will be incredibly important later on in the story. And it's not like a big deal, and the scene is really quick. It's just like a good little bit of characterization that goes the extra mile, you know?
Yeah. And I like, too, that we kind of flesh out, because he gets, like, his helmet knocked off, and he refuses to yield after that. And Dunk
Yep.
wonders, like, if it's, like, bravery or folly. And I like
Hmm.
that this is the show being like, yeah, he's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of shown what you said. Thunder doesn't appreciate him taking a step closer, but he's super
Yep.
chill with Egg.
Hmm.
What's wrong with your hair?
What's wrong with your eye?
I don't
Such a
know.
good comeback.
I find it really funny too, because like it's kind of a weird question. What's wrong with your hair? Because there is no
Hmm.
hair. And that's the same thing. Like there's no eye.
Yeah. So this gets the award for the first flashback I've actually liked. I thought that was really funny. Just
Yeah.
like flashing to him, but just, like the first time it hasn't like broken a scene for me at least, in terms of like breaking the tone, and it actually I thought it worked well.
Yeah, for the most part I'd agree. It still just feels weird because it like my brain still treats it like a Westeros show and it is different. But I'd agree that out of all the flashbacks, like the cutaway style, I really appreciate it
You
a lot
know,
more than the others.
I got a comment on the one criticism video I made about this show, God forbid, on my main channel, and someone asked me, they were like, "Would you care about the Baelor scene if you didn't read the novella?" And I just flat out said, "No." Like I literally would not have a single problem. So I really would wonder like what I would think if I didn't read the novella first. But I mean, hey, that's what we get.
I mean, for the most part, like, I don't think our assessment would change too much. Like, I
Well,
wouldn't call it a bad scene by any means. Like, it's still a
no, no,
good
no,
scene.
but
It's just we have like a direct reference to like how it could have been done better.
yes, exactly. That's my point. It's like we know the superior form of that scene, and that's just why these flashbacks always seem a little out of place because like we've seen it without it, and it flows more cohesively in that moment. But I agree.
Yeah. And I think something that people forget, like when they haven't read the book and they hear people like us complain about it, is the people who made the show, they have read the book. So like
Mhm.
when we notice like, oh, why did you make these changes that are just kind of a bit worse in almost every way? I feel like that's a fair criticism to level at the creators of the show, especially with all their resources.
Agreed.
When it is madness bid, it is madness delivered.
That's kind of a pretty spooky line.
Mhm.
But I like that he keeps referring to himself as we, because when he first said it, I thought like, oh, is there like a posse or they're going to be bandits? But no, homie just means himself.
He's just crazy, and he looks like Beric Dondarrion from the TV show.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
You're small for a squire.
I serve Sir Duncan the Tall. He is large enough for the both of us.
We've not.
I like that little line too.
Yeah, and this is also the first episode where Sir Duncan the Tall felt tall. We'll get to that later.
I'd sooner eat the horse, sir.
You'll eat my fist if you don't do as you're told. Never mind that.
So I like that we had this little moment of, and this is a line like ripped straight from the book, but the way I read it was always just a bit more quick and lighthearted, whereas Dunk's kind of in his feels right now. And I appreciate that like they made a little change to it that I was like, ooh, like I don't like seeing Dunk be a little like mean and harsh. But then immediately Dunk like feels bad and he shows him like how to sew a patch, which I don't know, made it worth it for me.
I really do enjoy this change because I feel it gives Dunk another dimension to his character.
Yeah.
At first when he said it, I was just like, ooh, like Dunk being a little nasty, but the immediate like, like no, I'm being a dick. Let me be nice to my little squire who's just trying to be helpful. I think it serves as a great little moment of just further proving that being a good person and the essence of Dunk's character isn't that it's something that is always easy. It's just something he chooses to do at every crossroads, which we will
Yeah.
continue to see later on in this episode. Just a good little moment of a character work.
How'd you get it so even?
I love Dunk like trying to hide how pleased he is to receive that compliment from a
Yep.
kid.
Mhm.
Just practice. Just try again.
And then he still tries to be humble about it.
Mhm.
It's so cute.
They have a lot of really good little moments this entire episode.
Yeah, honestly, like I've so far like all 3 episodes, I've been very impressed with like the added Dunk and Egg interactions. I think they nailed it so far.
This was something that I knew going into this season that if anything they were going to do right, it was going to be this dynamic. Just watching the actors interact on stage, it was like it was genuinely kind of a strange. It felt like I was watching these characters that I love in front of me in the real world, and that's how I knew it was going to be solid.
That's sick.
Yes.
Great delivery. He's so excited and happy for him.
Yeah, and this is again where my point of them being friends in real life, it is definitely positively affecting the role because a lot of this is them growing with it while they're actually together. It's just great stuff.
Yeah.
Is it all that I have black hair growing out of my stones?
It's not that you're telling me.
Yo, that line, I was like, did he just say what I think he said? And she's like, yeah. Oh my God, that was so funny, dude.
What I don't like, I don't know. I mean, you grew up
Would
with
it be black though?
I feel like maybe that's why, because honestly, I had to think about this way too much. Where I was like, well, he's got brothers. Surely he would like kind of know to expect that. Is it just the hair color or the fact that it's happening at all? And I love even better that Dunk doesn't address that if the kid is asking, it's probably because he genuinely doesn't know and he might be a little concerned. And Dunk's just like, why are you asking me about that, weirdo?
Yeah.
And Egg's just blank, like, what do I
Like,
do with, like, he's like, I am no more educated than I was a second ago when I
Yeah.
asked you.
This is such like a stupid little kid moment that like every guy is like feared, like, oh my God, what is going on? And then like literally it's just like, all right, bro.
But yeah, I loved it.
Prince Baelor was the firstborn, Prince Makar sprang out last.
Second reference to sorry, I guess third, because we did mention the red grass fields about Sir Arlen's like squire dying there. But we're mentioning the Blackfire rebellions again, and they use this little song to like kind of lore drop a bit, and it's also one of the what do you call it? Like there's a song like this in real life where it's what is it? Oh, it's called the Assumption. I think it's the Assumption song. Where like each line it sounds like it's going to be something bad or like a cuss word, and then it like transitions into something else, and that's like what this song does.
Yeah, I like this little bit of lore. It's just a good little nod to the serious fans who know the lore. Every time they say this, I'm like, are they trying to pitch a Blackfire Rebellion TV show? Because I'm in for that. I'm in.
I mean, at this, it really depends. I think they'll probably the more successes they get, the more excited they'll get, and then eventually, I think some bad might happen, and then it'll all come crumbling down.
They're gonna MCU the Song of Ice and Fire.
That is my fear, but we'll see.
Well, actually, we're gonna get to that later in the episode. Save that for a point we're gonna make in a few minutes.
You don't have your shield.
Like Dunk being stupid comes down to like him being just not thinking about stuff or not thinking things through. I don't love later on in the episode where they try to equate it to like him being ignorant.
They've overtuned it a little bit, I think.
Yeah, sorry, I guess I said later, like later in this scene, like
Yeah.
the idea of him not realizing that he wouldn't get to like enter the lists just whenever he wanted. He had to wait for the nobility first. That just doesn't seem to. I just don't believe he wouldn't know that. Like,
Yeah, that's my thing. I think they've overtuned him being kind of stupid just a little bit. And it's not to the point where it's like distracting or ruins the character. But I just think his book counterpart is like ever so slightly a little more smart than he is.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Cause like him not thinking to pick up the shield before he goes, that I don't mind. Like that makes perfect sense. But yeah, right after he's like, you can't enter the lists. Like nobility gets it like first priority. And Dunk's like, what?
Yeah.
I can't joust today. And it's like he should know that. He was with Sir
I
Arlen for a long
also
time.
the novella treats it like a lot of the lessons Dunk learns in this TV show are ones that like either him and Egg learn together or Egg tells him, like the star in the luck that like Egg tells him, but in the novella Dunk tells Egg. I think the TV show does a little more where like Dunk's the muscle, Egg's the brain, while the novella is very much like this is a guy who's not bright, but he's the mentor. But it's not like bad or even distracting. It's just definitely a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's kind of one of the things with like the Baylor scene too, where I don't love because it's just like book Dunk would never do that, but show Dunk is allowed to be a different character. It's just that I already know with book Dunk, like him being timid in that scene sets up like the payoff you get at the very end where he's not timid anymore.
I would say it's like less of a criticism, more of a preference, but you can still like call it a criticism.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if they replace it with something, like it would just be preference, but you lose something, you know what I mean? Like you lose the cool bit at the end if you don't have that set up. So
Yeah, well, I'm not talking about the Baylor scene. I'm talking about just like generally,
Yeah.
with him being a little more silly.
Okay. But yeah.
No. Goose eggs. Just the egg.
So I like this little bit where Dunk's trying to ask for goose eggs and he doesn't want to watch the goose get killed in front of him. So he keeps stopping the guy. But I like that he waited, like the guy grabbed the goose and like started pulling him out of the cage. And it wasn't until he grabbed the knife that Dunk was like, no. Which makes me think, like, did Dunk think he was gonna like grab the goose and like squeeze the goose till like eggs popped out? Or...
Yeah.
But
This is a funny scene. And running them Tenzel right after. This is good.
Yeah, it's a cute little moment. Just him trying to protect the poor goose, even though it's gonna die as soon as the next customer comes along.
Do you like goose eggs?
Your shield will be ready this evening, so.
I like that little moment where he recognizes like that was definitely not the best thing to say.
It's not smooth.
Yeah, at all. And it kind of shows I like that they show like Tanzil just doesn't think that much of him yet. It's just, you know, just yeah, whatever. Oh, I'm finishing your shield.
Yep.
Shut up.
It's great.
That's so funny. Egg is so cute, man.
I love him in his like little hood too.
Yeah,
Looks like a...
I know you were just fucking squirming when you heard this music. Like, "Ah."
No, no. I like it. Like here, I think it fits
Yeah, I know,
perfectly.
I figured.
Just had to clarify for the audience, but yeah, we'll get to the two bits of music later. Also, I did not realize how fucking giant goose eggs are. Gotta check
Yeah, I'm
those
trying to
out.
get a goose egg now.
Yeah, honestly,
Like,
like those are worth 3 chicken eggs.
yeah.
So they are
Yeah.
sandwiches and whatever. I don't really care.
They look really good.
That they do look good. I was just gonna say I like that it shows like Dunk's character, the kind of A, him being a little dumb, and B, him just being super super pure. But he splits the like role evenly with Egg. Like they have the same size sandwich.
Even
Even though Egg clearly does, like Egg needs a lot less food than Dunk does.
Sandwich is the size of his head, dude. Look at
Which I think I don't know, I just think it's sweet, and I think the idea is Doug maybe doesn't even realize that's happening.
I can definitely imagine a world where like just as they age, and, like, they get equal food, and then Egg's always like, "All right, you can have the leftovers."
I don't know if homie is fake coughing. That sounds so real.
So, while this scene is just played off for jokes, it is worth noting that there are no nobles or other people of the tourney in the crowd. It's just Dunk. Like him and Egg are with the people, and I don't even think this was intentional. It's just my eyes are like, oh, this is gonna be important later because he's the people's champion, you know?
Yeah, and I think you're right too, because fuck, they have the conversation in the book, and it shows up in the show here, and that's where they like specify, like Sir Stefan's like, why aren't you sitting with like the rest of the knights? What's the deal, Dunk? And the whole point is Dunk still feels more comfortable like among the commoners. So I wonder if they'll make that clear. But yeah,
I hope
this is...
I hope this guy who gives him the liquor like doesn't even need a line, just like pops up for a big moment in the 5th episode.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be cool if he gave him
Just to,
another,
like, see him.
another sip.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't clock it the first time, but that was the son of Ashford.
Yep.
We show that he's a deft lance, as Dunk says.
Do you want some hard salt beef?
Oh, mate, I can't eat hard salt beef. I can't even drink a pint of ale.
Yeah, because it's disgusting.
Well, then I won't buy you another.
Good.
Great. No notes.
Just good interactions.
I think I could be quite happy in a place like this.
Yeah, and so this is where we get to something very interesting about this version of Egg, where he very explicitly seems to just kind of want to run away from home. He doesn't have any interest in going back to the nobility after Ashford. He wants to stay on as Dunk Squire, which I find super interesting.
Yeah, because it's something we're gonna find out later on in the season, but we obviously already know.
Yeah.
Second most.
Well, you've already married the first most. Can you not, sir?
I love
That was just such a sweet line. That's it's just so
yeah.
pure.
Honestly, and it shows kind of what we were shown with the horse scene with Egg, where he's just so anti-Targaryen. Like here he is putting just this random hedge knight he just met before himself, and he's not giving himself the honor of the prettiest daughter. He's giving it to Dunk, which I don't know. It's just really cute.
Yeah, Dunk and Egg have always felt like very much like big brother, little brother, but like way big brother and way little brother. It's a very like interesting dynamic, and I feel like they've nailed it so perfectly.
If I win.
Duncan! A word, if you please.
Okay, so I just have to say it. I don't like that they cut that scene short because I thought it was like 99% of the way there, and they just ended it. I was like, man, come on.
I mean, I guess for that reason, I don't really mind it, because I feel like all we missed is Dunk saying that he would take
guess it's true.
Egg on. But yeah.
You guys continue.
I do not want a victory that I have not earned.
Have you not earned it?
All right. What do you think about this?
This scene, ooh, okay, so I'm very conflicted on this scene. On one hand, I like the development in terms of challenging Dunk's morality as a knight, because he's essentially being like to him, what's most important at this point is the relationship with Egg, because we've established the scene prior that he wants to keep Egg, but he needs to win something to keep him. So now he's put in a position where it's like, okay, what are you going to pick? Are you going to take the easy gimme out so you have more time to be a knight and more time with your new friend? Or are you going to stay true to your valor and your honor? My issue with this development is I don't think they can actually pay it off because, like, there is Dunk doesn't he's not in the tournament anymore, you know? So to me, it's just like this scene, if they don't, I don't understand how it becomes anything but them padding the runtime for this episode. And that confuses me.
Exactly. So yeah, pretty much same problem where this on paper would be really cool and interesting if Dunk continued on like in the tournament. But we know by the end of the episode, like he assaults a prince and things things are about to be very, very different. So yeah, I don't know why. It's just a very weird thing to do. Like, cause you, in a way, I don't know. There are ways that you could have, I guess, tried to have Dunk joust before the end of this episode happens, so he could have like a moment to like.
That's what I thought they were gonna do.
Yeah, so he could get a moment to like get everything the easy way, but I just, like you said, there's just no opportunity now.
There's no payoff.
Like
there's like.
So it's just, what's the point? Like, what was the point of this?
Yeah,
scene?
this is just like blatant screen time padding to like fill up the episode with extra scenes.
Yeah.
And I feel like they literally could have given it a 30-second scene later where Dunk just goes, no. And it would have been perfectly fine, but they never do that. So I'm just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Like this.
That makes it even weirder. You're totally right. Because Dunk refusing means that he just wouldn't joust. Like,
yeah.
So they wouldn't have even had to have him joust. He just has to go tell Plumber no.
Yeah.
That's so
definitely.
It's just weird.
This is like my biggest scene criticism for the entire episode, I want to say, because it has no payoff and just serves to pad the runtime. But I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. This is just, I don't get it. I don't get it.
And this isn't like huge. Like this isn't like, oh my god, what? Like my criticism of Baylor is way more serious. This is just like I don't understand why this is here kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not bad. It just why? I don't understand why. I did want to say, I do like Dunk saying, I don't want a victory I haven't earned, and Plumber saying, haven't you earned it? Which I don't know, like, I just really like, that would be, I don't know, that's just kind of the voice that kicks in when you want to do something dishonest, and it's like that, like, I don't deserve it, and then, you know, the typical human brain is like, well, why don't I deserve it? You know, everyone else is getting their armor and their victory and their glory. It'd be so easy for Dunk to be like, yeah, I've been through the mud and the muck. Why don't I deserve an easy win? But yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So I do kind of have to, one little superficial complaint. I was hoping we'd get it eventually, but after the end of this episode, it looks like we're not really going to get a lot of like Aerion's iconic flame-colored clothing, where there's a bunch of like orange and red and yellow, which like it's not just superficial because there is a payoff in the end where basically his heraldry is all but ruined, and the idea being like all that color is meaningless by the end of the story. So I do kind of lament that we lost that with his wardrobe being a bit toned down.
Yeah. Also with like the loss of the dragonfly, that George points out earlier on in the novella and at the end, we've definitely lost a little bit of those little George R. R. Martin touches, I guess you could say. So I agree it's not the end of the world, but I definitely agree.
Yeah. Oh, and I got also another small note. Baylor, he dresses a lot more common in the books, and it kind of lends to him being like down to earth and a bit more practical and not as showy. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doubling down on I don't like this casting. Even I hope I have faith that the actor will do a great job, but I just don't agree with the casting. What I do like about this shot right here is Maekar not being here very much feeds into this idea of his kids being messed up in different ways because their father is kind of like, you know, he's absent in many different ways.
Yeah. Although in his defense, we'll find out he's gone because he's looking for them.
Yeah, no, I know, but I think it further complicates the scene where it's like, oh, maybe Arion is this way because he's starved for attention or something, you know?
Yeah, true.
I should be filling in gaps.
Oh, it also, well, it does show, because we'll hear later, Arion is all smiles in the chivalry as long as his father is watching. So the fact that
Yep.
Maekar is not around is why he gets away with being a little shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I just realized his horse has like a fucking dragon
Yeah,
skull
it's so
armor on it.
sick.
Holy shit. That's
Dude looks like
crazy.
Bowser.
Uh, he's got so much supervillain energy. I
Mhm.
do like the like red like twisting around his lance. It's just very extra.
Yeah, the second this guy showed up, Katarina was like, "Oh, so that's the villain," and I was just like, "That's the villain."
Yeah.
It's time you face the dragon.
So we got Sir Humphrey Harding, and I do wish so we spend a bit of extra time on Lionel Baratheon, which I think was a good choice. He is present, he is important, and it's nice, I think, to give him a bit more character so that we care when stuff happens in the end. I feel like this goes a lot so for a character like Humphrey Harding, who will also play a huge role in the end. And in the books, like he's like kind of an unsung hero. He beats
yeah.
like 14 knights in like the first, like I think the
He was
first
gonna
tilt.
win. He was gonna win.
Yeah.
That was like the whole thing. This guy, he plays a very important role later on in the story. He does something, and I really like what he decides to do. And he was actually one of the characters I was hoping to get more characterization from in this season because I really like his overall attitude towards just this whole situation. But I think we might get more of that in the next few episodes instead of this one.
I really hope so. Because and we get there's another Humphrey Beesbury. There's they have like a really cool fight that the small folk call like the Battle of Humphrey. And I was kind of hoping for that, which in a way I'm surprised we didn't do. I thought
Yeah.
HBO might like just use the excuse to sprinkle in like more action because they'd be afraid people wouldn't connect to the story. But I am like, I don't know, I'm partially happy that they leaned into just fleshing out the story, but also kind of bummed that they didn't take the opportunity to give us more jousting.
Dude, I'm gonna take a photo after this of Arion's horse and be like, "Look, dragon. There's dragons in the show."
Also, I've seen some people being like, "How do you pronounce his name?" It's Arion. It's Arion.
Arion.
Because if it was Arian, his name would be Arian Targaryen, and that'd be fucking stupid. So it's Arion Targaryen. I really like the design for Humphrey Harding's helmet. It's very simple, but it's nice.
I think his helmet is paying homage to the Smiling Knight. Do you know who the Smiling Knight is?
No, not really.
He's Jamie Lannister speaks about him in A Feast for Crows for like 2 pages. He's a knight that was like dishonorable that Arthur Dayne has like a legendary battle with and ultimately ends up defeating. And his helmet is shaped like this, but with a blood red smile on it. And I wonder if they were building this helmet around that because that's like a legendary armor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see where you'd like put the smile too. It's got like this kind of ear to ear.
Yep.
Hmm.
It's just but very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I like that it's very like I don't know what the sigil. Maybe it is just an entirely checkered field. But I like that it's just got a very simple design on the helmet. I really like that we still got the bit of Egg saying "kill him, kill him."
Yep.
I need to ask Cameron what he was thinking, like why like Egg was doing that, because I'm so curious. Like, because even reading the book, I already knew who Egg was. I had already had that
Yep.
spoiled for me, so I'm so curious what the guesses are when he does stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I would have loved to ask Katarina that question, but George himself spoiled it for her at Comic-Con, so
God.
cooked.
Damn it, George. I'll ask Cameron.
I just want to say, this scene is perfect. It's a perfect adaptation of the books, and bro, I hate this scene. Like, I really do not like this scene at all. The way like the horse screaming and the crowd's reaction mixed in with, there's just so much tension, and it's to the point where I'm like, oh my God, like please, like someone shut the horse up, like it's killing me, and I feel so bad. And which is the mark of a successful scene because that's the point here.
Yeah. I will say it gets a little interesting at the end. Something happens that I was not ready for, and I'm still not sure how I feel about it.
It's okay.
And then this music starts to play. How did you feel about the song?
I wish we could just cut all the music. I really just think it works better when it's standing alone. I think this. Let me hear it more, a little more. I just
Yeah,
wanna...
yeah, I'll play it.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like this one. I don't like it
There's-
for the. I don't like. Hmm?
There's just something weird about it's like it's got a weird like it's like bumbly, like I don't know how to
The
describe
start,
it.
the opening, like I don't know what it's called. Like the first second or two of it is a little like, but then it like locks
Yeah.
in and it gets kind of metal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Even when like the violins kick in, something
Mhm.
about it just seems. I don't know. The tone doesn't quite line up for me, and I don't know. I don't know why.
I thought it was okay for me personally, but I see your complaint.
Yeah, especially with the. I don't know. Here. Yeah, especially with. There's something like almost circusy to it. It's like too bouncy. Where,
Hmm.
especially because scene, the people start to jump the barriers and like they're acting like they're gonna rush Arion and like attack him over this, which
Do you
on
not like that?
on one hand I feel like okay, like I have to accept it because it's like a different continuity. It's like okay, I guess the people are just they're that bold at this point with the Targaryens, and in a way that might make sense, but doing it over like killing a horse and like falling a like because in the books he gets off his horse and he like walks up to Harding ready to kill him with his sword, and he doesn't even do that here. Like he just kills the horse and then he's like, oh well, whatever. And the people are even more pissed. Like there's no mention of people like trying to storm the the tilt. I just don't. I don't know. It just felt very shocking to me, especially when compared to people not really making a move for Arion later in the episode when he's attacking like people.
Mhm.
It's just
Um.
weird.
Ooh. God damn it. I wish you didn't say this shit because now I'm actually thinking about it and it's like gonna cause me problems. I was okay accepting it until you open your mouth. Um. Dude, it really all depends on how they handle it moving forward, you know? Because on one hand, I think it works in this moment because we said earlier, Humphrey Harding, he's gonna win this tournament. He's had 14 tilts. He's giving them their show, you know? And
Yeah.
to so very clearly just end that in such an unceremonious and dishonorable way, I can see the people getting riled up and like pushing back a little bit, but it's integral to the future that people don't do that. So, how do we handle like a moment in episode 5 when no one's moving, you know? When we've already established that these like people hate the Targaryens. Um, I that's gonna have to be a potential future issue that I'm gonna have to see how they play it out. But with that aside, like removing myself from the future and with context, I do like them pushing back just because it further like um backs the idea that Dunk is their champion. Like they don't like these people, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I would have been happy with them just booing. The people like
Hmm.
rushing, maybe we'll get some later. Like there'll be a row of people who got like hanged for jumping
Hmm.
the stands and trying to charge the prince, but it just yeah, like it just seems like a lot, and it almost seems like I don't know, because in the book again you just don't have any mention of it. Arion is even more of a
The crowd
shithead,
the
and it
crowd is
makes
silent in the books, right? Like for the most part.
they don't it doesn't mention them booing. I don't know if it
I
I don't know if they're
I
silent
always
though.
I read the scene as everyone is so shocked by what's going on that they're just frozen and just listening to the horse scream. That's the way I interpret that scene. Um, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. At least in mine, that's how I feel about it.
It also does kind of, I don't know. This might just be me revealing my cynical outlook on the world, but a big reason like Dunk stepping up is such a big deal. The whole like it's not just luck, it's the fact that Dunk is a truly like special person that he
Hmm.
gets the opportunities he's gonna get. The idea that like there are already people willing to attack Arion over kill it kind of
Yeah.
undermines the
The
idea that he was super brave and kind of stupid for attacking him for assaulting a
Yep.
human.
You're right. You're right.
Like they're all so bold. Like
You are evil, Wombo. You are evil, but you're right.
it's just wild that it turns into a mob. I do like seeing the we'll get a better look at him later, I'm sure.
Looks so good. So good.
Never thought I'd say this, but I was very underwhelmed by the horse scream. Like
Oh,
the description of it in the book, like even though
it's
you're not
like
hearing anything,
horrifying.
yeah, even
Yeah,
though
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not hearing anything, like it kind of haunts you. But
It
the movie
it
really
gets
toned
to-
it down.
I mean, Dunk has seen battle, and it gets to him. You know.
Yeah.
That was no mishap.
Oh man, I really like him crying. It's just
Yeah.
so like Egg was a standout of this episode and really solidified himself as the character I love in the show.
Yeah, and he does like he cries in response in the novella too, and it just shows
Yep.
something very fundamental about his character that he's just pure in that way. Like he is genuinely disturbed and upset that an innocent horse lost its life because of his evil brother, and it probably like hits very close to home because he's been abused by his brother, which kind of lends to the idea of like, oh, maybe that's a big reason that Egg ran away and why he likes Dunk so much, that he's finally around a bigger, you know, pseudo big brother that actually makes him like feel safe and respected.
Yep.
Lost the
Okay.
David Tandem.
So I'm gonna give a criticism, and I think about this all the time, and I'm sorry. Does this physique just feel like the laughing storm to you? Like, does this feel like a guy who is putting hands on Dunk?
Not really, no.
Like, and don't get me wrong, I know the argument of like being a good fighter doesn't mean you have to be jacked. I'm with that 100%, 100%. But to be lifting the swords and the hammers and all the armor, like I would think you'd have like a little more meat on your bones, personally.
Yeah, no, I agree. This guy, he doesn't have it. He doesn't have the build. I'm sorry.
Especially in comparison to Dunk, who very clearly does. It's a little jarring.
Yeah, I hope he bulks up in the seasons to come, but we'll see. So we got Sir Manfred here, and I just saw Raymond. There's actually quite a few people in Lionel's tent, which is something I like about like the Game of Thrones show too, where like every now and then a character will just be present because it would make sense for them to be present, but they won't say anything, so you can like miss them, and then you won't notice until you go back like, oh, there's like 5 named characters in this scene, and they just blend
One
in
of-
with the extras.
One of my favorite bits of watching older Alt Shift X videos is when he talks about a character who's important in the books but isn't important in the show. But will like somehow show them in the show, and I'm like, where were they? Like, where did you get this image of said character?
I like to think he just picks an extra. He's got a wall. He's like, I can't reuse them.
Yeah, they could not bother credit her true name.
If there's a lesson in that.
I don't know. I love Egg's character. I really like that we're getting more focus on him this episode, and we get to see he's a bit of a thinker, you know. He's kind of an old soul. Like he's taking the time to appreciate the prostitute from the song, and he kind of feels bad that she was probably a real person and she's not getting proper like credit in the song. It's just very mature for like such a little kid.
Yep, he's a smart man, smart little guy.
Perhaps her name does not matter then. It's her story that abides.
Her name is
That's a very interesting line from Dunk, and I can't and won't say why. But yeah, him saying like it's not the name that matters, but the story that abides.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's the heart and soul of the character. I mean, from what we can speak on without spoiling too much, he has no name. Like the name Dunk is just like a random ass thing. Sir Duncan the Tall is a name he made up.
Yeah.
It's just it's all about the essence of his soul, not the just what his name is tangibly or what he calls himself. It's like who you are, not who you say you are, you know?
Sir. Belongs to all who invoke it.
I get tiny nitpick. I almost didn't like how quick he was with that response, where he's like, "Her name is Hope. It belongs to all who invoke it."
Yeah, a little
too
like
smart.
spoon feedy.
Did you ever know your father, Egg?
No.
Any shot of Dunk from the back, okay, he does look huge. Like you can tell it's a big dude.
I think for the most part it's just like, I don't know, when you're like a built guy, I don't think built guys realize like how gargantuan their backs look, especially when like when they're hunched over. But yeah, he looks
Like
he looks like a tank.
he's 3 eggs wide, maybe even more.
And it's also smart of Egg because it's like, oh shit, maybe if I just pretend I didn't know my father, I won't have to worry about any like awkward lies, because you know, having to reference his father would be very hard because he'd have to be constantly hiding that his father is royalty. Another weird moment where Plumber shows up as if that decision is gonna matter, but I just can't see it mattering.
Yeah, like right then and there, like they could have snuck in a scene where he's just like, no, like maybe Plumber asks him something, but he doesn't want to give it away to Egg, so he says like no, and it's subtext of him saying like I won't do it, you know. But there's just like nothing.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been neat.
Now we have
what the
what
fuck
is
is
that?
this?
Oh my god! No, get away from that,
Is that like squash? What the fuck is that? It's like
dude.
fucking spaghetti.
I guess let's get to this scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You shall know great success and be richer than a Lannister. That so it was kind of weird that, I don't know, she was seemingly able to read, like, I don't know. Fuck, can I even actually I don't know. Is this a spoiler?
You can
or-
say it. No. I'm vetoing. We can say it. This is not like.
Okay. It's weird to like accurately read part of Egg's future and then not like read any part of Dunk's. I didn't quite get the purpose of that.
Well, no, I think she's hinting at him being a member of the Kingsguard, and like, but what's you know, my like, if I'm being really annoying, I could be like, oh well, Dunk is a better knight than Jaime Lannister, so in terms of knighthood, he's richer than a Lannister down the line, you know. I think this is just her basically saying, yeah, you're gonna be a member of the Kingsguard, you're gonna be successful, you're gonna find riches in being a Kingsguard. But I don't know, like, are Kingsguards rich? I feel
No.
like that's just like, yeah, like you don't
Yeah, that's what's
like.
weird about it.
uh
I was just
Um,
I just didn't think Dunk would get rich, and I don't think he will.
Now, can we get a shot of her? We just play it and try and get a freeze on her.
Yeah.
So, who who is this?
I don't
Um,
know.
my first thought is like, could she be from a shy? But she's not wearing like any sort of red or giving anything away. But she reminds me of someone from a shy. But then it's just like, could this be Maggie the Frog?
I seriously.
It's definitely not.
I
It's
d-
definitely not. But she was.
I just don't know. Like, to me, it just comes off as very like, it's just a random fortune teller. I don't know if we're even supposed to.
I feel like she'd have to be from a shy. Have to be. Like, get so accurate. Like, there has to be something.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's just I don't know what I'd look for to like identify somebody from a shy. It's just like everything she's wearing, like it almost looks AI generated. It's just very like over designed and
Just the
uh,
fact that she can do this shit. Like, it has to be from a shy that she can do this. But I see what you're saying.
And all who know you shall rejoice in your dying.
What?
Now, that confused me. Do people rejoice after Summerhall?
So
Like, it
yeah, that did confuse me because it's like I feel like they wouldn't, and that's why it made me think like, okay, is the idea part of the prophecy is a lie, so we can question the rest of it now, and I'm hoping that's the case, but yeah, we'll see.
well, my thing is,
Because
like the Mad
she
King,
says all who know
obviously.
you, all who
Yeah,
like
yeah.
as in Dunk,
And
like,
I,
Dunk would
I'm gonna have
rejoice.
I'm gonna have to get this fact checked by my buddy who's like really into the lore. But Egg is a good king. He's not like the best, but he's definitely in the top like 5. I want to say like he does a lot of good for the small folk.
Didn't he do a bunch
And
of like reforms and Tywin fucking
yes,
rolled
yes,
them
yeah.
back?
Like he did a lot of really great decisions for the small folk specifically. He was like the best king for the small folk. So Summerhall is a tragedy because it was a good king and a bunch of good people who die. Like who is rejoicing because Egg dies? You know that to me, I don't know. Like did we get that him confused with someone else, or is the prophecy supposed to be kind of half untrue? I don't know.
That's my thought.
But on a more important note, how do you feel about this scene being included at all?
I like it in the sense that on one hand I don't love because fucking season 2 of House of the Dragon did this too. I don't love all the times that the future of these story is told to us via someone just telling us the future in the story. For people who already know, like us, it's cool. Like this moment I was like, oh, that's sick. But like for people like my friends, I'm like, oh, I don't want, because now Cameron's gonna be like, oh well, Egg's gonna be king, and that means that like he can't die until he is king. Like it kind of, it kind of ruins the stakes if you just keep jumping ahead and saying like this stuff has to happen.
See, you know what it is? I agree and I disagree. I just don't like how direct they are with it. One thing that I really love about the novellas is there are hints to the future of the series, but it's never someone saying this is your prophecy. It's just character moments or little things or a little bit of foreshadowing that ends up being important later on, but they feel so disconnected from the main series. And I think the beauty of these novellas is how the themes are incredibly important, and the actions that are taken here are just they change the course of Westerosi history, but not in a way that you can see unless you have the full story. Like, oh man, I don't want to see Summerhall in a TV show. I don't. If it's not a flashback, Daenerys, Winds of Winter, I don't want to see Summerhall. Sorry.
For the most part, yeah, I'd agree. I don't want to see, like, I don't want my camera on the ground for Summerhall.
No.
But yeah, I appreciate allusions to it. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about, where I don't love a character just outright saying what's going to happen. Where it's like, I don't know. Again, it's hard for me to gauge because I don't know if it's that obvious to somebody who sees it. I'll have to ask Cameron, like, but even then it's like I'm scared to, because if I ask Cameron, like, what do you think of the part where she said you're going to be king and die in fire? Because then Cameron's going to be like, oh, he is going to be king and die in fire, isn't he? So, I don't know, it's just very, very tricky. It's hard to know how good they're doing at hiding it from people who aren't familiar.
Yep, agreed.
I do love the juxtaposition with Egg being like, what the fuck? And Dunk just laughing like, oh, like he just finds it so funny, like, oh, that'll scare the shit out of him.
Yep.
Thank you, that's very good.
Literally thanking her.
We make it ourselves.
I don't know if that's in the book, but the fact that the Fossaways make their own cider, it's kind of
That's just gas.
Yeah, and it's just funny. Of course you do. Fucking Apple House.
I suppose Sir Andrew and I are quite equally matched.
A local favourite. You mean to play the villain?
I do like that line, and again, I don't know, I wish the plumber plot line amounted to something. I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, just a confusing addition that doesn't look like it's getting paid off.
Yeah, well, because there's that little moment where he just says like, he says Sir Andrew is looking like a good opponent. And it's just showing that like Dunk is thinking about it. He's entertaining taking the deal. And then Raymond says, oh, you mean to play the villain, in a joking way. And Dunk's like, oof. Like it hits a little too close to home. And all Dunk says is it looked like Humphrey was going to carry the day, which, yeah, that's nice. I do wish that they had specified, like, yeah, he fucking defeated 14 knights today.
No,
They're incestuous aliens, Duncan. Every pale-haired brat they saddled on us has been madder than the last. The only honourable thing a Targaryen can do for this realm is finish on his wife's tits.
The only line that kind of throws me off is the alien line. I felt a little kind of like out of place, but I really like that monologue. I feel like it was very fitting of the frustration that a lot of the noble houses feel towards the Targaryens, especially after the dance. I like this moment. You?
Yeah, I like it quite a bit. I just believed it right away. It's like, of course people would be having these grievances. And I like that he's a bit, he's been drinking his cider. He's alone with Dunk, so it's not like he's being too bold. This is just, how people would probably bitch about their princes back in the day.
Yeah, but you can still like sense the fear because he kind of like backs down a little bit at the end. Be like, oh well, the alien thing, or like, it's just
he's like, maybe I overdid it.
But I really do. This is a strong scene for me.
Yeah, I like it quite a bit, and it does justify kind of the little mini riot where they're doing a bit more to show that people aren't happy with the Targaryens, and that now that the dragons are gone, like their power is kind of wavering. Which I guess, it makes me appreciate the riot scene because it justifies why they're like coming around and doing all these silly little tourneys. because yeah, people aren't buying into the propaganda anymore, and you can kind of see a consequence of it even as they're trying to take care of it.
I heard that part about the tits from Stefan.
I like that part too. Just very genuine. Where like
William Stefan.
one of the best, probably the best bar in that speech. He's like, yeah, I stole that from my cousin, and it shows too that yeah, it's not just him. Like it's multiple people. I will say, so in House of the Dragon, they had the play too, where like the like men were playing as the women, and this is something that's happened in human history where women were not allowed to be actors like at the inception of like plays and stuff, or at least not public facing where people could tell. So I thought it was kind of interesting that Tanzil is getting away with this. It makes a bit more sense that it's not like royalty sanctioned. But you'd think there'd be like a couple hecklers like, what's a woman up there doing playing a knot?
Yeah, well, she's from Dorne, and I'm pretty sure Ashford is it near Dorne? Near Dorne? I think it is, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
So I would think there's a lot of Dornish people here who are more accustomed to like women's rights being a little more chill.
Fair, definitely fair. And this I don't know. This feels a little weird. Showing her like immediately scared of him when he. Like, because Arion is just standing there watching the play, and he doesn't react, but she's, like, terrified seeing him standing
I disagree. There. I disagree, because we established it earlier that he just, like, killed a horse maliciously, and he has a reputation that I'm sure she would know, or just everyone would know in general, for him kind of being nasty, and then she realizes, like, she just basically killed a dragon in front of one of the most... aggressive and unstable members of House Targaryen. I can definitely buy her being a little scared here, and also the fact that he's just like, he's glaring at her. Like you can tell he's up to no good, which I think we'll see in a second.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it read too much like she knew she shouldn't be doing it. Where it's like if you know this is a worry, whereas in the book it's like. It's kind of ignorance where it's like, yeah, we didn't think anything of it.
No, we already established though that like the small folk or the people around here aren't happy with the Targaryens. So her doing this puppet show and I'm assuming making money from it makes sense because she's feeding into that anger people have. Like she's profiting off of their anger towards House Targaryen, but now she realizes a member of the house is in front of her,
Okay. I have a like completely different read where I don't like the idea that they're aware of it and that they're low-key asking for it. They're like, yeah, we're going to kill a dragon in our puppet show. Come see it because you hate the Targaryens. For me, the whole thing was, it's just a puppet show. No one thought anything of it except for the psycho Arion when he was like, oh, I'm a dragon. You can't fucking do that.
I guess that's fair, but I guess that's fair. I think both interpretations have their weight.
Yeah.
All right, bro, come on. Look at how he's standing there. You wouldn't be like, oh no, what have I done?
Well, I mean, just again, like the second she sees him, she's like, oh shit. Like again, like to me, it reads like, oh, she kills the dragon. She turns around, she's like, oh fuck, I killed the dragon in front of a Targaryen.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. Also, I do like this where we cut away from them, and they were like. They'd kind of like calm down, like you said. They're like, "Oh, like that was a bit treasonous," and then we cut back, and they're like having a fucking laugh, and they're like, "Yeah, fuck the royalty."
Arion, he's all smiles and chivalry so long as his father's watching. He's there, Darren, and the youngest. They depart somewhere else.
At first, when he said Darren and the youngest, I was like, "Oh, you so sneaky," not mentioning. But that does kind of track in a place like Westeros. I think the youngest, their name would be less known. Like the firstborn would always be a bigger deal.
The third's so useless, I'm going to ship him off to a citadel to make a maester of him. And the youngest.
Sit up, you have to come! Everyone's hurting her!
So sorry, the third is Aemon, right?
Yes, it's Aemon.
Hell yeah, which, I like that. I just like the tiny little connection to the main series.
I also like that he goes unnamed. Like, again, this is a better example of them connecting it to the main series. It's just like, if you are really paying attention, you're like, oh my god, he's talking about the goat. That's the goat. That's Maester Aemon. But if you're just like casual, it's like, oh, who's the third son? And then you look it up and you're like, oh, that's who it is. It's so cool,
Yeah. And in a way, like, it almost feels like a payoff, like, years and years later, for the scene where Aemon is dying, and he's like, Egg, I dreamed that I was old.
Yep.
Like, it's just it's so cool to actually, like, see, like, oh, shit, this is Egg. That was very satisfying. I really like Dunk being able to just throw his weight around for a couple seconds.
Yeah. This is the moment that I think you really felt for the first time the weight of Dunk compared to the other men. Because
Yes.
while the actor portraying him isn't much taller, he's a big dude, and like he has a background in rugby, and you could very much buy that it's taking 5 people to hold him down, and they can still barely do it. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. It was so exciting to get to this point because this is the point
Hmm.
where like the story, like this is where George finally tips his hand. He's like, "Oh,
Yep.
you thought this was just gonna be a cute little tournament? Just kidding."
I looked at Katarina at the end of this episode. I was like, and now it begins. Yeah, I really the kick to the jaw, dude, so satisfying.
Yeah. I'm curious. So did he alternate hands? He didn't. He left and right hooked him, right?
Yes.
Which I wonder if that means that they're like, we're gonna take both hands.
Yeah.
Kind of up in the stakes. And once, I don't know, I'll shut up about it after this, but I do wish we had gotten Arian's outfit. He has like a twirled dagger sleeved like jacket with like all the different flame colors, and I don't know, I like the motif because of how cool it is in the final scene.
Mhm.
But yeah.
The dragon will never lose.
So, I really like the way he's portraying this character. Like, really like it, dude. Um, in the novella, Arion comes off more bratty than arrogant. Do you agree?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I really like the demeanor of like this guy is so delusional about his position and so arrogant and evil that he genuinely seems like he can't fathom why Dunk did this, you know? While like in the novella it's more like, oh, you don't know what you just did. But like here it's just like he's more just like, what is wrong with you? Like do you know what this thing called, you know? And I really this actor is killing it. This is so well casted.
Yeah, I like that it's a departure from what I was expecting and kind of because Arion always gave me like very strong Viserys vibes, like Game of
Yes.
Thrones Viserys,
Yes.
where
Mhm.
like just kind of like a brat who like the second the like his perception of himself was challenged, he would lash out, like he couldn't handle it. Whereas Arion almost seems even deeper entrenched in his delusion to where
Mhm.
Dunk attacking him and low-key humiliating him doesn't really register as a blow because he's just like, oh well, now you die, I guess. Weird.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's almost like objectively confused.
Yeah.
He's just like, what? He's like, why would you do this? Like, you could have just let me. Like, she's nothing. I'm Arion Brightflame. I'm the dragon. You could have just watched and moved on with your life, and now you're gonna die. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You've loosened one of my teeth. So we'll start by breaking out all of yours.
And that shows the character underneath, like, and that like that's the form you get his rage in. Like he is clearly not happy that Dunk got a hit on him, but he's like, I'll pay it back 100-fold.
Yep.
Just typical like Targaryen bullshit cruelty, where it's
He's
like it's just such a perfect metaphor. You've loosened one of my teeth, I will break all of yours.
he's up there for me with like most hated characters in the entire series.
I gotta say, like, for anyone who's familiar with Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, like, I'm very jealous because moments like this are probably really cool where you're like, oh shit, like, but he's fucked. Like, Dunk is fucked now. I know how this world works. But yeah, just knowing, like, Egg is gonna come in with the save, you gotta appreciate all the work, like, done to get us here where it doesn't feel like an ass pull, which most credit goes to George, but still, for the most part, it's just, I don't know, it's just a good-ass story, and this moment is really cool.
Agreed.
Hold your tongue or they'll hurt you!
No, they won't. If they do, the last of tomorrow.
And once again, like Dunk not saying anything in his defense, but the second that he thinks Egg is in danger, he's screaming at him to get out of there and shut up.
Yep.
Father, let go of him. Wait, Yokel, do what I say.
Oh, okay, that's so funny. So when I say read, I'm lying. I have listened to the Dunk and Egg books via audiobook, and I didn't realize until this episode that Egg was apparently saying the name of somebody. He wasn't saying the word wait. He has a servant named Wait.
That's funny.
I just think it's really funny. I would not have known if I didn't have subtitles on.
You impudent little wretch. What's happened to your hair?
cut it off, brother. I didn't want to look like you.
And boom, there's the reveal.
It's such a good line. I don't want to look
Yeah.
like you. It's so good.
It's great, and it kind of shows probably the reason for Egg running away and why he wants to be a squire. He doesn't want to be anything like the evil part of his family.
Yep. It's just great. It's just great work. Like why? Why?
It's very extra, and I don't know. It's too much. It's too much. It's so like dramatic and memey and like.
It's actually Mimi. That's like a great way to describe it, and I just don't. Just like just end the episode.
You had it.
Just end the episode, bro. Like, what are we doing? I mean, it's not like it's not like a big thing. It's just.
I was laughing.
Again.
I was laughing when I heard it. I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What?" It just sounds so goofy, and it keeps like popping off when the credits roll. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't fit.
I hope they don't do this later on. God.
What
God.
the meme music?
No, don't. Yeah, dude. Could you imagine at like the end or the
Oh
middle?
my God! No!
Just the fire going off in the background. No.
Oh my God!
I mean, all in all, though, great episode.
Yeah, honestly, fantastic episode. I was a little surprised to look back and be like, oh, we kind of forgot about Sir Arlen for this episode, and I realized after that, like, oh, we kind of focused mostly on Egg this episode.
Yeah,
which I like.
I wonder if do we spend like an episode focusing on other characters now?
I hope.
I
not.
wonder.
I don't think we
I
will.
hope not. I don't think so at all.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll just go back to Dunk, and maybe we'll get like another. I doubt we'll get another Egg episode, honestly.
I think we're gonna get a flashback of Dunk as a kid. With Arlen eventually. It's just my hypothesis.
I have a feeling we'll see him get taken from Flea Bottom.
Yeah, I agree. That'd be
I don't
my
know
hypothesis.
why. It just feels right. It'd be a nice way to cap off like the Arlen flashbacks.
Yeah, I mean this is my favorite episode of the 3 so far. I really like the development with Egg. The biggest tragedy is the music and the length. Just like having to wait like wait a week for 30 minutes is tragic, but I understand. But yeah, any final thoughts?
Yeah, just overall loved it. I'd say yeah, now that we've talked about it, like when comparing the two, I think I had more fun with episode 2 in general. But there was just, I think more was done right on a technical level for this one, which I like. That
Agreed.
we're ramping up. Hopefully we keep the momentum. That'd be nice.
I just my biggest concern moving forward, just to kind of close out this episode with my future thoughts, I really hope they allow it to get darker, because you can tell they very much want this to be like a more lighthearted version of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon and Ice and Fire. When I'd argue what makes the story so potent is that while it is lighter, it's like the darker moments are that much darker because of it, you know?
Yeah. We can't say anything, but I'm really hoping. So far, I'm very like, now that we have like 3, we have literally half of the story basically. I'm pretty confident that we're gonna get a very satisfying ending.
I'm very happy with what we received so far.
Yeah, honestly,
like-
worst thing is just Plumber showing up for a plot line that I can't imagine.
Yeah,
paying
exactly.
off.
Yeah, out of the 3 episodes, there's, including the plumber scene, maybe 3 scenes that I'm just, or 3 or 4 scenes where I'm like, you know.
No, I gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you next week for episode 4.
Goodbye, everybody.
Peace.